I don't believe it will. I believe you can just leave now. Goodbye. You'll come in here and start being ugly and ordering men around. This is my channel. So you can just get. How about that? We'll just want to get started with that right now. Good morning, Jay Bud. Good to see you.
Hang on.
I call you by what you present yourself in here with. If you don't like it, change your name to what you want to be called. How about that? Come in here and tell me what your name is and then be rude. You can go. Morning, Wendy and John. Good to see y'all. All right, here we go. No racism and no cussing on the channel. Good morning, Chris. Yes, he is. No false religion, false doctrine, or false teachings on this channel. No disrespect of any kind on this channel. You can be respectful of everybody, or you can take that exit. You can get on out of here. Don't let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you.
They don't hate your smile because it's loud. They hate it because it's calm. Because after everything they tried, the whispers, the side eyes, the subtle traps dressed up as advice, you still walk in with that steady curve on your face like none of it touched you. And that right there, that's what freaks them out. They expected cracks. They expected a public breakdown. They expected you to snap, to rant, to lose your damn mind so they could point and say, see, I told you. But instead you smiled. Not fake, not forced, control. And that control makes people uncomfortable as hell. See, most folks understand anger. Anger is predictable. Anger is loud. Anger gives them something to fight. And a smile. A quiet, knowing smile. That's psychological warfare. That's chess while they're playing checkers. When you smile after betrayal, after disrespect, after someone low-key tried to sabotage you, it tells them something terrifying. It tells them you saw it, you understood it, and you decided it wasn't big enough to shake you. That realization burns worse than any insult you could throw back. That's why they hate it. Because your peace exposes their pettiness. They wanted you stressed. They wanted you defensive. They wanted you explaining
If it was your route first, then that's the same as feeling
understood. Instead, you stand there relaxed, maybe even amused, like you've already calculated the outcome. That smile says, I'm 10 steps ahead. You don't scare me. And when insecure people realize they can't control your emotional temperature, they start spiraling. They call you cold. They call you weird. They say you've changed. Damn right you changed. Growth looks strange to people who are committed to staying small. And let's be honest, there's a little bit of humor in it too. Because the same people who tried to bury you under criticism now squint at your opinions like it's suspicious. They study your face like it's a crime scene. Why are they smiling? Because I can. Because I survived. Because I learned. Because your little games weren't the apocalypse you thought they were. That realization hits them like a quiet punch to the ego. You didn't collapse. You evolved. And that's the part that makes them whisper. Your smile is not softness. It's armor. It's experience. It's every lesson you absorb without making a public announcement about it. It's every night you sat alone, rebuilding your confidence brick by brick without a damn applause track in the background. When you smile now,
Seems you've overstayed your welcome.
resilience scares people who operate off intimidation. They can't manipulate what isn't reactive. They can't dominate
I
what isn't
always
desperate.
finish what I start.
So let them hate it. Let them feel uneasy when you walk in alone. Let them wonder what when you know that they don't. Because the truth is simple. Your smile proves you're not controlled by their opinion. And in a world where most people are addicted to validation, that level of independence feels rebellious as fuck. Not loud, not chaotic, just steady, just strong. Keep smiling.
I offer freedom,
Mock them. Not to
everywhere,
prove anything.
including
Smile because you earned it.
collect.
Smile because you understand the game now. And if it freaks them out, good. That means it's working. And here's the part they really don't want to admit. Your smile rewrites the story they told about you. They had a whole narrative on you. You were supposed to be fragile, supposed to be overwhelmed, supposed to grow under pressure, so that you feel tall standing next to your wreckage. When you kept that grin steady, when you stayed composed when the heat was on, you flipped the damn script. Now they're the ones confused. Now they're the ones second guessing. Because if you're not breaking, then maybe they misjudged you completely.
You
What
bitch!
settles them most is that your smile doesn't come
Lights
with
on.
noise anymore. It's not the old version of you trying to impress or please. It's quieter now, sharper, like you've seen behind the curtain and decided the show isn't that impressive. That kind of awareness carries weight. It tells the room you're not naive. You're not easily baited. You're not jumping every time someone throws shade. And when people realize they can't trigger you the way they used to, they feel powerless. And powerless people, they hate that feeling. They'll test it, of course. They'll push a little harder. Toss a comment. Drop a rumor. Maybe even try to provoke you just to see if they can crack that composure. Because if they can get you to lose it, even for a second, they feel validated. They get to say, see, I knew it. But when you keep smiling, when you stay grounded and refuse to dance to their chaos, it exposes the truth. They were never attacking your weakness. They were projecting their own. And let's talk about the growth behind that smile. Because it didn't appear out of nowhere. It was forged, built in silence, strengthened in those moments where you wanted to react, wanted to clap back, wanted to say, what the fuck is wrong with you? Chose discipline instead. Straight. Emotional control is a weapon most people never learn to use. They swing wildly with anger. You aim with awareness. That's why your presence shifts energy now. You don't need to announce your boundaries. You don't need to threaten. Your calm says enough. Your smile says, I'm not the same person you thought I was. And that realization hits harder than any speech you could give. Because it forces them to acknowledge something you don't know. Without permission, without approval, without dragging anyone down in the process. So when they glare at that smile, when they whisper about it, when they call it fake, or arrogant, or too much, understand
Don't be
what's
watching.
really happening. You're reflecting something they don't have yet. Peace burned through fire, confidence built through loss, stability carved from chaos, reflection stays. Keep it. Let it glow even bigger when they try to. Because the more they hate it, the more you know it's real. And the day they finally stop reacting to your smile, that's the day they've either healed or finally accepted they can't shake you. Either way you win, and here's the twist that makes it almost funny. They swear they don't care. They roll their eyes, act unbothered, pretend your glow means nothing. But watch closely. Watch how they monitor you. Watch how they listen a little too hard when your name comes up. Watch how they study that grin like it's some kind of coded message. Because deep down, they're trying to decode it. They're trying to figure out how the hell you walked through everything they threw at you and came out lighter instead of bitter. That's what really scrambles their brain. They expect those clues to turn into rage. They expected wounds to turn into weakness. They did not expect you to turn pain into polish. And when you polish pain into presence, when you carry yourself like the storm made you sharper instead of shattered, it forces them to confront a truth they don't like. They underestimated you. And nobody enjoys realizing they miscalculated someone they tried to diminish. Your smile now isn't naive. It's informed. It's the kind of expression that says, I've seen enough. You're not impressed. pressed by noise. You're not shaken by cheap shots. You've felt worse. You've survived worse. So a little gossip, a little shade, that's background music. And when people realize their biggest weapon barely makes you blink, they feel small. Damn small. Because their power depended on your reaction. And you stop reacting. There's something almost surgical about it. You walk into rooms that lose no pins. And instead of carrying history on your shoulders, you carry ease. Not because you forgot, because you're weak, but because you decided your peace is worth more than proving a point. That decision, that's maturity with teeth. You don't need to bark anymore. You don't need to bite unless necessary. And that control strength makes people uneasy. It's hard to fight someone who refuses to step into the ring. Let's be real for a second. Part of you knows exactly what it's doing. That smile is strategy, not manipulation. Strategy. You understand now that emotional discipline is leverage. You don't give people the explosion they're fishing for. You take away their entertainment. You take away their storyline. You remove yourself from the driven string. The ability to cast you as the villain in their little play. They get frustrated as fuck. So keep walking. Keep glowing. Keep that steady, composed, slightly mysterious turn on your face. Not because you're trying to scare anyone, but because you finally understand your worth doesn't fluctuate based on your mood. And the more solid you become, the more unstable and secure people feel around you. That's not your burden to carry. Your smile freaks them out because it proves something undeniable. You're free from their manipulation, free from needing to win every argument. And freedom is terrifying when people are still chained to their ego. So let them hate it. Let them question you. Because every time you smile without permission, you remind the world and yourself that you survived the fight. And you're just enjoying the warmth. Deeper truth. Your smile is quiet revenge without the poison. Not the petty kind. Not the loud, destructive kind. Not the kind. The kind where you don't announce a damn thing because your stability speaks for you. They were waiting for your downfall. They had a prediction about you. You adjust. It really shakes. You're not you figured out your triggers, your patterns, your blind spots, and once you understand yourself, manipulation loses its grip. Secret they can't stand. They can't pull the same strings. They can't press the same buttons. The machine doesn't respond the way it used to. It's not exposed. It's just anger and chaos. You don't react. You don't defend. When you don't respond, you create silence. And in silence, you hear themselves. They hear their insecurity. It's easier to deal with someone yelling at you. Someone standing there smiling. They've already forgiven the whole thing. You're not smiling because it didn't hurt. You're smiling because there's a difference. Minutes later, you get to Focus the decision to never let someone drag you into emotional poverty. That's hatred. That's power. They say you change. Love feels like betrayal. People's benefited from your whole songs. Of course, they prefer the version of you that hatred. For example, for me, that was easier for me. This one observed, chooses carefully, and smiles at anyone. Keep that smile steady. Just ground. Secure you become, the less noise you need. Like comet. Speaks motivation and subset. PDF. Let me speak to you about who I truly am in your life, because I sense that you've forgotten some essential truths during this difficult season. The challenges you faced have caused you to question your character. The delays you have experienced have made you wonder about my intentions. The silence you perceived during your darkest hours has led you down on roads listening to home. But I want to restore the truth to your understanding. I am not a distant game.
I should stay hidden if I don't want to fight.
Sitting on the throne too far away to notice your pain. I am not an impersonal force, operating according to cold and rigid laws without compassion for your struggles. I am not a judge waiting to condemn you for your failures, or a taskmaster demanding more than you can give. I am your guardian, your protector, one who knows the exact number of hairs on your head, and understands every anxiety that has kept you awake through the silent hours when sleep refused to come. I am intimately familiar with everything about you. The hearts you shook and all the hearts you lied. I know the thoughts you've never spoken out loud. I understand the fears you have never admitted to anyone. I see the wounds you have bandaged with smiles, the tears you have spilled over yourself. Nothing about you is hidden from my sight, and nothing about you diminishes my love. You are not completely. You are my care for you is not diminished by your failures, or increased by your successes. It remains constant. It's from what I am, not from you. It's in life. I do not see the failures I see. I do not focus on the mistakes that were made for you. I do not calculate your worth based on your accomplishments, or measure your value by your mistakes. I see your perfect child. I see potential that is not strength that is not its force, the destiny that stretches you. I see myself walking right beside you as you step in this challenging journey. Your presence never once failed to navigate the darkness. I sense your resonance. From entering the territory of promise that we cultivated. I understand how this passage is held. I comprehend how the days have seemed to merge into this procession of survival and struggle. I recognize that one day I will never reach the other side of this challenging journey. Constant battle against discouragement is depleted resources. Difficulty without distance has tested your faith in ways you never anticipated. For this
want you to hear with absolute clarity. I'm very and I am actively demonstrating skills next to the things this is the divine declaration backed by the full character. I speak the constant paths. I began, I complete. I am telling you, it's as We've been attempting to resolve problems that were never used to solve. We've been straining to be fully have responsibilities. Sometimes it's frustrating. For situations beyond your control. I have observed you growing exhaustion. Noticed how your steps have become heavy, how hard it's worked to tire. The energy you once had for living has been consumed by survival. The joy you once experienced has been swallowed by anxiety. The peace you once knew has been shattered by constant worry. This is precisely why I am addressing you with such urgency and tenderness. I am approaching to I am extending my hand to throw the weight from your shoulders. I am coming to provide rest for your soul, abandonment, no vacation, restriction, temporary escape, never approach. As I offer, once deeper than physical relaxation, exhaustion resides, in touch of guidance and self-knowledge, medication, stress, it reaches the tired place of your spirit that has been running on fumes for far too long. Does not depend on your performance. It does not fluctuate according to your faithfulness or family. This truth is to accept the best wish that love was earned, care was deserved. You have experienced conditional acceptance from people through that affection and failed to meet their expectations. Still, based on potential reasonableness. Manifests in every breath that is without conscious effort, every heartbeat that sustains your life along the way, and every connection is precisely like you could not imagine how you're receiving evidence of my care every single day. Your eyes were sometimes too clouded with worry to recognize my family. Much to comprehend some of the dark season. It's not punishment for your sins or consequence.
I have a ship. Join my crew at your pace of speed.
Or evidence that I have forgotten. The adversary has been lying to them difficulties. Killing the suffering indicates displeasure and suggests distance. I am telling you the truth.
I paid drachma to anyone who saved.
Classroom where I will teach lessons. Shadows. Certain things that don't understand cannot help you relate. Future mystics. Characters solidifies under pressure that
I said fails. I want you to be with me.
Tested by circumstances that seem to conflict every promise. And cultivating an immune system of faith that will sustain you through every step of every challenge of life. The depth of intimacy.
There is a better life like this. Join my crew. Let me show you.
When everything else was stripped away, given some insufficient. Strength failed completely. We discovered that I was my brains.
What is setting sails? Be Be
Weakness
there.
is non-essential talk show subservience. It wasn't good. You have left them. I have been following procedures not even recognized by my employer. This truth will astound you as you emotion. Dangers approached your life. Direction was led and arrested upon you. This means that the threat against you have materialized as I position myself as disasters will be redirected to battlefield, touching a single hair on your head. Accidents are prevented by surveillance Chinese for destruction focused on 3D system.
Need something, stranger?
My husband is a soldier, a true Spartan. When he is home, he played an iron sword and tells me about battles and strokes my hair.
Not all matches work out so well. Must be happy.
I want to send him a lock of my hair, but we are Spartan. He might like it better if I dedicated the steps of Athenian leader to him.
How sweet.
It is good being loved, Theos.
You want me to deliver?
You got it.
I'm mid.
Too often my children feel grateful as if we're still far away, not realizing that it's already done. They strain their eyes toward the horizon. It's all I'm telling you clearly, so it's not this is the start. The shift is in motion. The change we're praying for is not coming someday. It is done now. It is happening now. The invisible is visible. It's done. Already aware of the circumstances that produce your breakthrough.
Everyone will want to press my head now.
The process has commenced even if you cannot receive their assignments are executed with precision and authority. These financial resources are being allocated to your situation. Connections that will change everything are being established. What you need in 7 days is not the initiation of work. Visible emergence of programs that the blessing is expected. This natural intensity illustrations.
A musician told me you needed this. Perfect timing, Miss Pierce. Let's be...
Might even conclude this whole thing. The effort was futile. They might dig up the seed of frustration, not understanding that interference at this stage would destroy the very thing they were hoping to see. With that surface, that silver gathering the strength needed to break through into light. Complex processes are occurring that require darkness and growth is happening, damaged by pollution exposure. And when the emergence finally occurs, it happens suddenly. As though the plan was analyzed from the reality is that the breakthrough was the sudden appearance was actually the foundation of the breakthrough. This is exactly what is transpiring in your situation at this very moment. You are about to witness the emergence of something that has been growing in secret for far longer than you knew. I have been laboring on your behalf in ways you cannot perceive with your natural senses. The spiritual realm is not less real than the physical realm, merely less visible to human eyes. And in that realm where the most important work occurs, I have been establishing connections and unlocking doors.
So you're all gonna hate me, but like, okay, Nadia, OnlyFans, yeah. I know so many people join. Thank you. I don't like wanting to see me naked. So what I'm gonna do is like really like naked stuff. I'm gonna limit to private DMs, sexual stuff. I'm gonna limit it to putting a teaser on my main page, and then if you want to see it, you need to buy it. And I'll you sign up that I will do a live stream tonight. So like I will do the first. We will do our first OnlyFans live stream. I'm wearing lingerie because I'm doing my lingerie. I am over the effing moon. I am going to tell you guys all about something tonight. OnlyFans real stream news, you know. I did not go back to the clinic. I don't know what to do about that because they told me to isolate, but I don't know if I should wait that long. I'm not getting my slippers. I don't want them back. I don't want any of my shit back. Okay, yeah. Look at it this way. They gave you this.
Ready the yours!
She was telling me heading in. I was like, on the wall and she was like asking for him. I was like, oh no. What? I mean, I jumped the gun. It could be anything. It could be getting much more bad. Whatever. But I think that's why